Good morning, children. So we were learning the chapter Our Changing Earth. So volcanoes, then lithospheric plates, earthquakes, all this you have learned in the Zoom classes which I had taken earlier. So today we will be dealing with a small section, and it's very important for your higher classes also. This section is the action of river. You have learned about erosion and deposition. That too I have taken in the Zoom class, where you know what is erosion and what is deposition. So what action does a river do? That is what you are going to learn in this section, action of a river. So I have already explained when I told about erosion that small streams originate in mountains. So a river, as it flows forward, it becomes bigger and bigger, or many streams join together to form big rivers which empties its water in an ocean or a sea. So that is the course of a river that you will study. So a river as a small stream originate in the mountain. So you call it as the upper course of a river. So a river is having three courses: upper course, middle course and the lower course. So when a small stream originates on a mountain, you call it as the upper course of a river. So here in the upper course, the slope of the land is very steep. Here the steep means what? It is very steep. These are steep slopes, you say. So in the upper course, as the river originates, it is very steep, and so the water flows very fast. Swift flowing streams you can see when it originates in the mountain areas. So with great speed it will be moving forward, and as it moves forward, it not only erodes the sides, but it carries a lot of materials along with the water according to the speed of water. It will be eroding the sides, making a different relief features that you see, like V-shaped valleys, gorges, waterfalls, rapids. All these are different landform features that you see as a result of this swift flowing rivers. So what is a V-shaped valley? Sometimes rivers flow through soft rocks. You know what is the meaning of soft? So while the rivers, swift flowing rivers, flow through these soft rocks, this area gets eroded and it becomes widened and results in the formation of V shape. So you call them as V-shaped valleys. Now sometimes this river will be flowing through hard rocks. Because it is very hard, they will be able to make only narrow valleys which you call as gorges. Now a river, sometimes it will be flowing through vertical steep areas. So you call it as waterfalls. Now rapids, sometimes the rivers will be flowing through slopy and rocky areas. It will be making a lot of ups and downs which you call as rapids. So these are all some of the features that you see while a river originates in mountains or in the upper course of a river. So this flowing rivers flow downwards to the mountain slopes. It reaches the flat plains here, which you call as the middle course of a river. You call it as the middle course of a river. Here the slope is not very steep as it was in the mountain areas. Now it becomes gradual. Its speed goes on decreasing. So the river, its speed goes on decreasing and it slows down. It slowly starts its depositional work, and these areas are very suitable for navigation, as this water can be utilized for navigation as well as for irrigation purposes. And this soil or this water will be bringing a lot of deposition or things to be deposited, and as the speed of water decreases here, it starts its depositional work. So the finer particles of sand that is being brought down by the swift flowing rivers gets accumulated here, creating a feature which you call as flood plains, which are very suitable for the purpose of doing agriculture. So this flood plains or these areas are very thickly populated, and majority of the agricultural work, most of the agricultural work and industries are located because of the facilities that are being available in and near these flood plains. Now again the river moves forward, And see the rivers as this floodplains or as the river move along this floodplains, you can see a lot of irregularities on the ground, and it begins to swing from side to side because of the irregularities of land, and it creates a loop like structure which you call as meanders. So meanders, here the river gets widened and it makes deep curves. Deep curves are being made by rivers because of the irregularities that you see on land. So because of such irregularities, such curves being formed is called as meanders. Now these rivers again flow forward and it reaches the lower course. So see another feature that is being made by this water, you call it as Oxbow Lake. So this Oxbow Lake, when it makes curves like this, sometimes the rivers try to make shortcuts in order to move forward. So while it makes shortcuts, the previous areas where this water was being flowing get isolated or separated, and it remains like a lake here in this shape which you call as Oxbow Lake. So Oxbow Lake is formed when a river take a shortcut leaving the old bend or the old curve which the river was previously flowing. So this is a feature that you see in the lower course of a river. Again the river flows forward. In the lower course it flows forward. The speed gradually goes on decreasing and decreasing. Now it is not able to hold the materials that is being brought down by the rivers. So due to the high amount of alluvium or alluvial soil that is being brought down by the rivers, it gets split up into different channels which you call as distributaries. So usually these distributaries are being formed at the mouth of a river when it or just before the water enters the sea or an ocean. So here these channels of rivers are called as distributaries, and the land between these distributaries you call as deltas. They are called as deltas, which are very fertile areas. These deltas are triangular in shape. It represents a Greek letter delta. That is why you call these areas as delta. So this is also a feature that you see in the lower course of a river. So I hope you understood the depositional erosion and depositional work made by a river. So be familiar with these terms: floodplains, meander, Oxbow Lake, deltas, then V-shaped valleys, gorges, waterfalls and rapids. These are very important, and bear in mind that this will be coming for, or these are terms that you should be familiar with when you come to your higher classes. So learn it carefully. The remaining I will be taking through Zoom class. Thank you.